It's a little bit rainy in some spots. I'm going to show you radar in a moment, but what jumped out to me are these very high temperatures. Just a moment ago, Miami, we saw numbers at 94 degrees. It still feels stifling out there as it feels like temperature has jumped to 98. It feels like 89 in Fort Lauderdale, although temperatures are slightly cooler there, and that's because they did have rain that just pushed through. Key West, it feels like 98, although your air temperature is currently sitting in the 80s. Here's what's happening at the moment. Winds are coming in out of the west, and whenever we have a westerly component to the wind, numbers pop. Aside from that, there is also a weak boundary that is sitting on top of us, and this is what's generating the rain, the storms that we've had pretty much all day. So as I take you up to Broward, this is where we still have a few of those lingering showers right now, moving closer and closer towards Hollywood Beach. You can see that area of rain just across portions of Broward. And then we take you south where an area of rain has just exited Aventura, and at the moment it's offshore. So not a whole lot of rain being detected at the moment, but we did have a bout of heavy rain earlier this afternoon. And as the afternoon presses on, rain chances begin to dwindle. And then by the time we head towards Thursday, it's drier air that pushes in, but numbers pop. More on that when I see you next. We have a weak boundary that is draped over southern Florida, and this is what's generating the warmth and also the rain that we saw earlier this afternoon. This frontal boundary will eventually cross Florida as we head towards Thursday, and we should see less and less rain because of it. Here's what's out there right now. Pompano Beach extending through Oakland Park. You're seeing rain, and some of it is coming down pretty heavily. Nothing severe, but it's those downpours that we're going to continue to see. Isolated in nature because I think the most widespread part of rain already moved across our region, so that's done with. So what's left behind, a few pockets of heavy rainfall, certainly not out of the question. We take you south out towards Fisher Island, Miami Beach area, where a few droplets of rain also being detected here by radar. Otherwise, most of us are dry and seeing hazy skies out there. Take a look at temperatures because this has been quite impressive. At one point, Miami, we were at 94, and you can still see we are quite warm. It's 92, feeling more like 98. And by the way, both Miami and Key West tied an old record. It's 82 in Fort Lauderdale, feeling more like 89, and it feels like a steamy 98 degrees down in the Keys. And as the afternoon presses on, we're going to keep those 90s going. It's not until after the sun comes down, which, by the way, we're inching closer and closer to that 8 o'clock sunset. By then, that's when numbers finally dip below 90. So it is going to be a pretty steamy drive home. You'll probably need to ramp up the ACs in your cars because we're talking 90s here, widespread 90s through that evening commute. By tonight, we're down to 75, partly cloudy, warm and muggy with winds light out of the west, coming in between 5 to 10 miles an hour. We'll get a drought update here as we head towards Thursday morning, but I just want to show you that even though we've had some rain, we really haven't done too much to our drought. Sure, we have seen some improvements for our immediate coast, and that's denoted by the yellow color that you see, which simply means it's still abnormally dry, but we're not in a drought. However, the tans and the reds still mean that we are dealing with some deficit. And the good news is rainy season officially kicks off this Friday. But talk about the calendar. We're going to actually see rain chances come back down on Friday, the start of rainy season, and then pick back up starting this upcoming weekend. Also notice the icon. This is that typical South Florida pattern where we're going to be tracking daily afternoon downpours, and that really gets going for us starting on Saturday. We'll have those rain chances come up to 30 Saturday, up to a 40 on Sunday, and then we stay put there straight on through Tuesday of next week, ladies.